Welcome back to another episode of Loungin Around on Boom Radio with Katie and Clayton.
That's right, today we'll be joined by Nick and Palle from rock band Death By Denim, whose Sleepless and Sun-Kissed tour around Australia kicks off this month.
We're going to be having a chat about some upcoming song releases, the tour, and playing a little bit of a game with them as well. So we're here with Nick and Palle from Death By Denim. Thanks heaps for coming in, guys.
How are you guys today?
Very well. How are you?
We're very good. Feeling good. So, you have a new single coming out that you are launching on the 28th of May.
Yep.
Can you tell us a bit about the song and what inspired you to kind of let out a single?
Well, we just released an album at the end of last year.
Yeah.
And we had a bit of cooling off time. It was kind of a COVID-inspired album.
Yeah.
With all that went on. And we just had heaps of time to write, and things were kind of getting back to normal for a bit, but not so much. For us musicians, it was still like all our mates who work full time and stuff were back to the grind, and we were just kind of like waiting for our next tour, just patiently.
Which is coming up very soon.
It is, yeah.
Which we're talking more about.
And we got this song coming out called Small World, which is kind of about everyone's got their own problems they're dealing with, whilst there's this massive shadow of COVID.
Yeah,
kind of
it's
thing,
tough at the moment, especially for musicians and everyone. Small local businesses are struggling, so it's not really a fun time.
Yeah,
unfortunately.
definitely.
So yeah, on that, your Sleepless and Sun-Kissed tour kicks off this month around Australia. Really exciting stuff. How are you feeling about it?
Very excited. It's
Yeah.
it's kind of like a weird time because obviously what happened last week in Perth or whatever, so it's always kind of on a knife edge, but we're trying not to think too much about.
It's hard to get proper excited,
Yeah.
until you're actually there.
Because you don't really know what's going to happen
Exactly,
at the
yeah.
end of the day.
But if it all goes to plan, like it's going to be our biggest tour yet and very fun time. So yeah, it kind of feels like the story's just begun with this one. So
are you going to be going around in a van and travelling, or what's
for
the
some
plan?
of it. So we start off in Queensland, and
Yeah.
we've got one of our own shows and then a couple of festivals. So we're going to run up to Gold Coast and
Sunny Coast.
that's right, yeah. And then so we're going to van around there and then come back to Perth for a little bit and then go back over. So it's going to be a bit of back and
So
forth.
how long is it going to take, the tour? Around?
It's over a month.
Yeah, it's over a month, but we aren't away for a month, so we come back.
Yeah.
We've got like our Rosemount show
Yeah.
is June 11, I think, and that's after Sydney, so then we'll come back here and then go back. So it's a bit of one of those tours, but
We'd love to be over there the whole time.
Yeah.
You
It's tough at the
know. We do
moment.
have some work to do.
So obviously touring is like full on, very hectic schedule. How do you kind of balance that with everything else, and how do you like just kick back in your spare time?
How do you
Touring.
kick back?
The touring thing is, you can get a bit parched at times, like if you drink too many beers. Although, we do, but like during the weeks, you kind of want to take it easy
Yeah.
and not, do too much. But when it's a gig night and stuff like that,
We've had one tour which was 3 weeks over east and around the place, and like when you have 3 days before your next gig, you do get quite bored.
Yeah.
Just like, what are we actually doing here? I like it, but I don't like it that much.
So
Unless
do you
it's-
guys just want to just hang around and like chill out, listen to music?
pretty much, yeah.
We
go
try
to
and
the beach and
organise like meetings with certain people and make opportunities while we're over there. So our manager like hooks up interviews like this, and all that kind of thing for us to keep us busy, so we can talk about ourselves. And then and then we have the next weekend we jump into it. Hopefully there's no flights at like 5 a.m. the next morning after a show.
I don't think there is this time around, which is good. Yeah.
So actually, we've been looking on your Facebook, of course, and we've been noticing a lot of covers that you guys have been doing, like Mac Miller and the Kid Leroy. Like, what's like?
What's your favourite song to like cover, and also what's your
Exactly.
favourite original to perform? Like, what are your favourite songs to play?
It's a tough question, isn't it? Original, we'll start with that one. I personally probably Cigarettes and Honey, I think, just because it's a standard one to say, but the crowd seems to love that the most.
Is that the one you like the most?
That's the one I like the most,
Yeah.
Cigarettes and Honey. The cover that we do, it's a good question.
Not sure.
Because we don't really do a cover live anymore. We used to do like a cover or two in our live gigs, but we don't do that anymore. But I think one of our better ones that we've done, Good News, was actually a good one.
I did enjoy that.
Yeah.
We've never done a full length one, I don't think. Oh, we did a Benny track
Oh, super.
We do like doing Benny
Yeah.
tracks.
One of my
But
favourites,
then,
mate.
Yeah, that
Can't do too many.
I think we did the Space Jane one as well once. Yeah, the long one.
Yeah.
But yeah, that Benny one is actually very cool. Super long. It's a good track.
Yeah.
Yeah, wicked song, eh?
That's awesome, guys.
Alright, now we're gonna play a little game.
Let's do it.
Okay, so we are now going to play a game of the Whisper Challenge. But basically, we're going to chuck some loud music in your ears, say a sentence, you're going to try and guess what we're saying.
Yep.
Alright.
Who's going first?
Ready?
I'll go. You do it.
Alright, we're going with a bit of Skrillex. Alright.
I always
okay.
think it's funny.
Yep.
See you at the beach.
Close.
Stand by the beach. Stand by the beach.
Jack's flower shirt.
Stand by the beach. Stand by the beach.
Stays by the beach.
Ooh, very
Close. Okay, one more try. Stand by the beach. Stand by the beach.
Number 2 again. Base by the beach.
Alright, good shot. Okay, the first one was stand by the beach.
Stand by the
That's right.
Alright, your turn.
When you did this again, I was like, not that.
You're so loud.
You can hear the music.
Next one.
What? I can hear it.
Shrimp on the Barbie.
Whoa. Say again. No.
Shrimp on the Barbie.
Trevor the Palmy.
Okay, good. You go.
Shrimp on the Barbie.
Trevor on the Palmy.
Okay, let me give it a shot. Okay, ready, go. Shrimp on the Barbie.
Shrimp.
Shrimp on
Shrimp on the Barbie.
Nice.
There he goes.
Alright.
Trevor.
Trevor
on the Barbie.
You get a Trevor on the Barbie. Alright, there you go. We'll go another shot.
You get one more.
Alright,
Could be a hard
this
one.
one's a bit tough, alright?
Okay.
Pickled peppers on a plate. Struggle with this. Okay. Pickled peppers on a plate.
One more time.
Pickled peppers on a plate. You give it a shot. He's got nothing.
Pickled peppers on a plate.
He's like,
Something about paper. Paper.
Close. Pickled peppers on a plate.
Beetroots. Pass. On the piss. Or something.
Alright.
So close, but
You're close, right.
you're not even close.
It was pickled peppers on a plate.
Alright.
And to be fair, that's quite difficult. Alright, one more go.
One more shot. One more.
Alright, let's see if you'll be the reigning champion. I'm gonna switch the music up a
Here we
little
go.
bit. Alright, let's go.
Okay.
Turn my hat off.
Alright, let's do it.
Alright. Silly sausages sizzling.
Blinks.
Silly sausages sizzling.
Sydney's chocolate is sizzling.
Oh,
Close.
Close.
Silly
Sing.
silly
Silly.
sausages
Silly chocolate.
sausages
Nah.
sausages sizzling.
Silly dolly.
It was silly sausages.
You guys
sizzling.
are hilarious.
Silly
Well, it was
sausages.
good. Either
Good
way,
effort. We love
you're
the
like
effort.
tough.
you're
It's
closer. So Nick, you're the champion. Round of applause.
Round of applause. We want to thank you guys so much for coming on
Yeah.
Loungin Around here.
Thank you. Just having us. Bit of fun.
Yeah. Well, they were a good bunch, weren't they?
Yeah, that was wicked fun.
Seemed like they struggled a little bit with the Whisper Challenge, but that's okay. Well, we'll see you next time on Loungin Around.
Yep, just stay tuned on our Facebook and YouTube to check out more. It'll be happening every week. Only on Boom Radio, not just noise.